Hey guys, can everyone hear me? That and who's here? Wonderful. Hello, hello. Let's put something in. Let's see. Putting a little falcion. Just while we wait for people to show up. Can you see the screen okay? I'm going to try to adjust sound now. Yeah, I'm using the Turbo Twin today. It's got longer cords and it's got the auto fire buttons. I think that'll just be better because I'm really terrible at video games. Let's do normal play. Don't have my 3D system hooked up. Oh, I love that music. Oh, this was when Konami was really, really awesome. We're playing Falcion right now. Well, I'm playing Falcion. Now loading. Please wait. Live streams with loading. Excellent. Turn on my auto fire. Reminds me a little bit of Tempest. This game was made to use the Famicom 3D system, so it looks a lot cooler when you are doing it. But it looks pretty good just as a 2D title. Always been a fan of this one. One of the few Konami games from this time period that didn't. One of the few Konami games from this time period that didn't get released in the United States. Probably because it really was made to showcase the 3D system. Actually, I should show you that. Oh, I can't. Okay. I'd have to load it all again. Anyway, let's talk. Hello. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Nope. Yeah. Put it inside B. Just a second. Yeah, we're playing Disk System today. I was gonna hook up a traditional just Famicom with Disk System. This guy. But I thought the Twin is going to be easier to hook up to the TV, and it's got longer cables, and don't have to worry about jostling it so much. So I'm just going to do that. All right. What error? It was just the error, the AB side error, because I was trying to load it. So as you can see right here, a lot of the 3D system games allowed you to switch on the fly. Hold on. If anybody doesn't know what the 3D system is, well, first of all, you should watch the Famicom Dojo 3D system episode. But there's it right now. It's the 3D glasses that you can put on, kind of like the Sega Scope 3D that was on the Master System. And if you look for games that have the, let's see, where's the case for Falcion? If you're looking for games that have this little 3D logo thingy on there. Those are ones that will. 3D Hot Rally was another one. There weren't really that many games for that, but yeah, that's the 3D system. And yeah, watch the Famicom Dojo episode about the 3D system. It's pretty cool. Oh my goodness, my hair. Oh, it's so humid here right now in Japan. It's nice now that it's nighttime and it's getting cooler, but it was so hot today. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see who's here. What games do I recommend for this disk system? Otaki, I like. 3D Hot Rally, any of the Castlevanias, any of the Zeldas. Just because you're going to get the better audio, the better music with the FM synthesis stuff. I don't know. I like Disk System a lot. We're going to show some games today. I'm not sure what I've got is I've just got kind of a stack of games behind me. So, hold on. And these are ones that are like doubles for me that I'm going to be listing on my shop, Japan Retro Direct. I was going to say japanretrodirect.com, but it is not a .com. It is, in fact, has a weird address. Let me post that so that you know what it is. Just a second. Hold on. Oh, just a second. I'll post it in the feed. All right, there we go. Oh, you like the shirt, Colin? Yeah, it's a Family Corner shirt. This was given to me by Game Dave. If you're not familiar with Game Dave, you should subscribe to his channel. It's really, really cool. It's basically what Famicom Dojo would be if we were making videos on a more regular basis. I know we're supposed to be rivals or something. We're not. I mean, we're not. We're good. We're actually quite good friends with him, and but there's a jealousy because he's doing what we would do if we didn't have like 7 combined children. But because of it's great content, he's been on our podcast, and he wore a Famicom Dojo shirt in one of his videos, and we wear his Family Corner shirt whenever we can because he's really, really cool. And it's Game Dave. Subscribe to him. Okay, let's see. Oh, Elizabeth Clark. Hey, Vinnk, how's it going? It is going very well. Transformers Headmasters win. Do you want to see Transformers Headmasters? I'll have to unearth it. Let me show you what I got, guys. Let me show you what I got. And this is, you see, this is my disk system collection right here. It goes fairly deep. The ones in the back are the ones that are not for sale. Those are the ones that are my collection. I'm trying to get a complete collection of disk system games, and also I'm trying to collect a lot of the the unlicensed carts, stuff like that. But yeah, those, and I've got some boxed ones up on the shelf too, like the Wave Jack stuff and things like that. Wow, unprofessional camera movement. So I do have Transformers Headmasters, but it might take me a little while to fish it out. Maybe when in the process of doing something else. But yeah, we can look at all kinds of stuff. Okay. This is Wesley from the Discord. I can't stay long since I have to prep for my trip next week. But this is cool. I'll be binging any videos on your channel now. Thank you so much, Wesley, and thank you very much for your order. And I hope you like the game when it arrives. Let me know when you get it and how it is. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. It's too bad you can't stay longer, but yeah, I know it's kind of a weird time. This is my first time to try. Oh no, so it's not my first time to. What time is it? Even is it? Okay, it's like almost midnight here for me. But I'm also going to try to. I'm going to do this stream just for a little while. I mean, when I say a little while, it's probably going to be like 2 hours. But I also am going to try to do another stream a few hours after that. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm going to wake up. I'm just going to see what time people are available to come in and see these things. So this is a little bit of an experiment right now. Okay. Okay, let's see. You have a physical store as well? I might be heading to Japan, so it would be nice to pass by. No, I don't have a physical store. It's just an online shop. This is just my house. But there's so many great shops in Japan. I hope you can go to ones. I recommend Book Offs. Book Offs are super, super cool. All right. Takara made a game. Oh, wrong. Transformers. Oh, okay. That bottle in the corner looks interesting. Oh, gosh, I got all these little bottles around. Other people have commented on it too. These are old. These are like basically Red Bull energy drinks. There's a specific day for recycling little bottles, and I keep missing it, so I'm just kind of holding on to them. Okay, these are real Famicom hours. Yes, it's Famicom o'clock. It's colorable. Yes. Sorry, the room is. I mean, if people have been watching my live streams, they see that the room is getting dirtier. Not dirt. I'm not dirt. There's no dirt, but like more disorganized as the time goes on. I'm pulling a lot of stuff off the shelves and trying to like find out what's doubles and what's not, and kind of reorganize. But like, since it's in the process of it's all over the place right now. I love this room. Thank you very much. The room is not large. Hold on. I'm going to touch here and touch here, and my arms are the complete length of the room. So yes, that's it. This is the room. It is like a smallish closet of pure shame. But thank you. Okay, let's play a couple games. So I got a couple suggestions. I mean, let's see. So I as I said, a lot of these haven't been tested, so there's a possibility that some of these aren't going to work. But I've got Versus Excite Bike here, and I got a Zelda 2. I got a Zelda 1 around somewhere. I've got the Koneko no Monogatari. It's the Adventures of Milo and Otis. If you've ever seen that movie, hold on, it's covering. Oh, maybe Otis isn't even in this one. It's all about Milo. But that movie, Adventures of Milo and Otis, is an English version of a Japanese movie, and this game is based on that movie. You still have your Wrecking Crew on Zelda disc somewhere. Okay, I've got Super Mario Brothers 2. I don't think that's that much of a thrill for people anymore. I think everybody who's wanted to see this game has seen it, but if you'd like to see it, I've got one there. And I need to restock that for my site. Anyway, I've got some weird, I don't even know what this is. The kanji, let's see. Marin Kumi? I don't know. Some like some game. And I've got, if you really want to see it, I've got, which I found on another disc. I've got, oh no, it's not. What disc was that? Just a moment. Oh dang, where did that disc go? I've got all kinds of stuff here. Hold on. 3D Hot Rally. You want to see 3D Hot Rally? Yeah, we can definitely see that. Always looking forward to overridden, mislabeled discs. Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. As I said, I haven't tested a lot of these. Gosh, what even are some of these? I don't know. We'll just play some stuff. We'll just put games in there. A lot of Common Rider stuff. Oh, that's a fun one. That's a fun one. Anyone play this? I think it didn't get released on some virtual console system of some sort. What's been the best disc find so far? I got a copy of what's it called? All Night Nippon Super Mario Brothers. I found one of those just on an unlabeled disc. Let's see. I found a few, yeah, weird, like disc writer exclusive things. I got a Puyo Puyo somewhere. Let's see. Oh, Kinnikuman. That's always fun. All right, but yeah. Anyway, we'll play some stuff. Okay. So I've got that Falcon loaded up. Now, if you'd like to see what it looks like if you go the 3D mode, now that's the thing. A lot of the 3D system games just allowed you to switch between the two modes by just pressing the select button. That's what Hot Rally does. That's what the Rad Racer game does. But this one makes you choose from the beginning what if you want to do 3D or normal play, and I tried to just restart it, but no, you got to go through the whole loading thing again. But let's take a look at the three-dimensional play, just so you can kind of see. I love that sound, and that's the disadvantage of Disk System, of course, is the loading time, but that's okay. So basically, the discs had like LCD shutters that would flash closed and open. So you can see how the game. Oh wow, it's really hard to play when it's like. Well, I mean, of course I'm lying. I'm bad at playing at any time. But as you can see, as the enemies and power-ups get closer to the screen, they move. Just a second. The images move closer together. so it gives the appearance of depth. Wow, I mean, Konami music from like the mid to late 80s and like early 90s, just really, really, really good stuff. Oh my goodness, this is really okay. As I said, it reminds me a little bit of Tempest. I mean, not as much as Gyrus, another Konami game, reminds me of Tempest. If I don't continue, can I go back and can I select? Oh, okay, I can still select normal and three-dimensional play. But anyway, Falcion, fun game, pretty hard game, or either that or I'm just terrible at it. But yeah, I love Konami's output on the disk system. Even the sports games, like even the sports games are really, really nice. And you know, I'm not a huge sports games fan, but I do like what. Hold on. Oh, sorry. That's it. Again, wonderful views going on here. I love the sports game soundtracks that they did. I just think they turned out really nice. Just a minute. You can see my great Famicom shirt as I find the case to Falcion. Okay, there we go. Okay. That's the other Mr. Sonic says, that's the immortal question, isn't it? Am I bad at this game or is it just hard? It's usually I'm just bad at it. I mean, to tell the honest truth. Okay. How big are the load times in general? It depends on the game. Like Super Mario Brothers 2 loads really quick. Here, let's do that one just so you can see. It really depends how much data it's loading onto the thing. Smaller games load pretty quick. Larger games take longer. So let's count it. Let's count it. Okay, so here's Super Mario Brothers 2. Oh, whoa. Side A, Super Mario Brothers 2. Side B, Super Mario Brothers 2. Would someone really have paid to disk write? I bet there's something else on the other side. I mean, why would someone? Because I mean, when you buy the game, you get Super Mario Brothers 2 on one side. So you'd have to to get Super Mario Brothers 2 on the other side as well. You'd have to disk write it for like 500 yen. I can't see any reason why someone would do that. Huh. Okay. Well, I'll it's a one side. Let's just load up the first side first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 seconds. So not too bad. Not too bad. All right. Mario game or Luigi game? Luigi game, obviously. Oh man, wow. I mean, it is a harder game. I mean, it is known for being a harder game than. Oh, I forgot you can't backtrack. Okay, that's a poison mushroom. You do not want to eat that. But anyway, Super Mario 2. This one has wind and stuff. I don't know. I have not beat this game. Either the original or the Lost Levels version. As you can see. I'm also not really familiar with the layout of the levels. Because I think that Doki Doki Panic or Super Mario Brothers USA was the better game. There, I said it. You need a dedicated live stream to complete this game. Yeah, whatever. I always play Luigi game. Yes. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of cool how it loads the entire game. So there'll be no additional loading time. during the course of this game. It loads up once and it loads the entire game. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm really intrigued. I want to see what's on the other side. So A side was Super Mario. B side says it's Super Mario, but again, someone would have had to like go through a lot of effort to put Super Mario Brothers on the other side. Now, often when I see these, a lot of people put the first Mario Brothers on the other side. I don't know. I think it's just nice for them to have have both games in one place. But okay, side B. But let's see. I hope I get something cool like I don't know, a Donkey Kong game or something. I don't know. Maybe that's not cool, but let's see what's on there. Come on, big money, big money. Why? Why would they do that? A lot of people have things like disc hackers things, though. I mean, like they, if you could get your friends together and get like 2 disk systems, you could like modify them to put whatever you want on. But even then, why would you waste the side of a disc having the same game as on the other side? Ugh, whatever. All right, I'll sell that on my shop. Rare, double Super Mario Brothers 2. I mean, it probably is rare. I can't imagine many people did that. Okay. What if one side goes bad, then you still have it? You know what? Okay, sure. Let's go with that. All right. But anyway, okay. So let me read some comments. Super Mario Brothers 2 plus 2. Yes, it's Super Mario Brothers 4. Yep. Oof. All right. Let's see. Clean that lens. There we go. Yay. Yeah, such professional. Someday I'll get a professional rig, professional setup. All right. I would imagine they probably did that so they wouldn't have to worry about which side the disc was facing. I guess that's worth $5. Like, oh, what if I'm playing in the dark and I can't see which side? I will pay $5 so I don't accidentally put in the wrong side. Yeah. I'll go with that. All right. So anyway, welcome to anybody. Let's see. Stop little brother ruining progress. Yes. So anyway, again, we're here, and thank you everyone for joining us. I'm sorry I didn't advertise the stream much before it happened, so I know some of you are just kind of surprised that it's going on, but I thank you so much for just popping in. We're playing some Famicom Disk System today. That we don't have to stick with Disk System. We could also play regular Famicom cartridges because because I've got the twin setup. So, I mean, I guess if I had any Famicom setup, we could play cartridges. But you know what I'm saying. All right. So let's see. Okay, we did the Falcon already, and that works. So I'm going to put that up for sale on my shop. And this Super Mario Brothers 2 works, and that's going to go for sale on my shop too. I'm going to probably recase it because this one has some graffiti on it, and it needs an inner sleeve, I think. I'll put that up on the shop. Okay, I heard a request for 3D Hot Rally, so we can do that. All right, howdy y'all. Batra92. Hello, welcome. Okay, so I've got 3D Hot Rally, and I've got a copy. This one has already been tested. This one is on my shop already. 3D Hot Rally is a super fun game. It's supposedly a sequel to Famicom Grand Prix, but it's quite a bit different, and of course it's emphasizing the 3D thing. This one was also compatible with the 3D system, which I showed earlier, the Famicom 3D system, which I'm not going to put on my face right now. Compare Zelda 1 disc versus Zelda 1 cart. I don't have Zelda 1 on a cart right now. I should probably get it, but anyway, 3D Hot Rally. It's a two-sided game, and really, I think there's a lot of like Mario Kart influence, like on things, ideas that were kind of incorporated into Mario Kart later on. I love these little manuals. In the back of disk system manuals, you might notice that there's these long lists, and these are saying where disk writer kiosks were located. So if I look in, let's see, how many did my town have back in the day? Famicom Dojo is not listed. Oh, that's too bad. That would have been cool to see. Let's see, Nagasaki Prefecture. All right. But yeah, it was really cool because I think it would just list some of the bigger places that had disk writer kiosks. Now, if you notice, this is a blue disk, and the blue disks have these really nice little slidey, more like a regular floppy disk than these, which were kind of susceptible to dust. They have no cover right there. But the other reason the other thing that the blue disc indicates was that these could be used with a Nintendo fax system. So you could send your high scores right to Nintendo, and they had prizes for things. Well, I mean, obviously the system itself has no modem. You'd have to go to a place with a kiosk, and you'd put your disc in, and you could fax your scores to Nintendo, and you could win fabulous prizes like a gold disc games or things like that. Anyway, let's give it a try. And again, this is a 3D game. You can see the indication right there of 3D. And this one lets you switch on the fly. So again, I apologize for the mess in the background. Normally I'd get the computer a little closer to the TV, but this twin Famicom is so large. Cool music. Sorry, I'm just letting the music sink in for a little bit. Quite like it. But you see, unlike the other Famicom Grand Prix game, you can see it's kind of going more for the cartoony graphics. That's why I say it's like a proto. Okay. So service data, again, that was so you could use the fax system. Oh, I did set. Oh, okay. Set side B before I needed to. I guess I preemptively set it. But I mean, now I don't know why there's that kind of flickering right there, but it does that when hooked up to a CRT as well. I think it's just I'm not sure if it just has something to do with the resolution or something. But anyway, let's. Okay. You know, it looks kind of like an Outrun type of game. You can pause and break and do all that stuff. Plays a lot like Rad Racer. Oh, off-roading. Now, if I press select, do you see that we've gone into 3D mode? Whoa, it's freaking out. Yeah, but this is the 3D mode. Since this isn't a CRT, if I use the glasses right now, it wouldn't work. It needs to be a CRT. Okay, back to regular mode. But yeah, it's really smooth. It's I don't know. I've always enjoyed 3D Hot Rally since I first played it. I like the music. Graphics a little bit flickery, but yeah, look at that. You really kind of feel. Okay, let's go this way. And you're gonna get different kind of color courses and things too. There's a lot more of a fantasy element to it than the original Famicom Grand Prix. See, like, it really kind of, yeah. So now we've got some angry clouds or rocks, I suppose. They look like clouds. And again, this looks really neat in 3D, but it's not bad without the 3D either. Oh, I am so bad at video games. Oh, no wonder I've still got the turbo on. Okay. But yeah, just definitely a more whimsical feel than a lot of the other games. And yay! Woo! No blue shells, but... And now Mario is featured heavily on the artwork, on the cover, Mario and Luigi, but they are not in the game really at all. I guess they're supposed to be in the car. Oh, gotta collect those hot marks. Woo! Yeah, it's neat. It's whoa. Oh, I'm tripping, man. Oh, I need my hots. Where's my hot marks? There we go. And you have a damage gauge as well, as you can see from the bottom. Jumping! Yeah, I should really learn how to brake. I just kind of continue to accelerate and jump and hit trees. That's my deal. Uh-oh, I'm gonna blow up. I'll be fine. Oh, I'm gonna run out of time. I am not playing well. Well, there we go. Oh, hey, Mario and Luigi are in there. Never mind. But anyway. But yeah, that is a 3D Hot Rally. Okay, let me catch up on some comments. Imagine prizes coming out of the actual disk system unit. That'd be cool. Honestly, if you ever want to have a laugh, there's a cart game on the N64 that was interesting called Penny Racers. Yes, I got it. It's called Choro Cure here or something like that. And there's a sequel. Yeah. Crap. Yeah. I mean, compared to Mario Kart, definitely. But I don't know. There's some enjoyment to be had from them. Which original arcade art run ending do you think is the best? A, B, C, D, or E? My personal pick is C. I would not know which one is which off the top of my head. I like games like this. Chase HQ was my favorite of this format. I think I have the NES version of Chase HQ. Handy. Just a moment. I thought I had it just on my shelf right here. Maybe not. But yeah, I thought it was really cool. I'm really big into old games like Famicom, Super Famicom that have voice acting in them. I think that's really, really cool. And Chase HQ is one of those games. All right. Let's see what else. Um, Angry pink sofas. Yes, I'm flying. Yeah, it's a neat game. It's unfortunate that no. This is a game that really should get onto the Nintendo Switch online service because there's no Japanese in it. It would be easy to play. They could get with that Switch VR stuff. They could easily do that with the swapping resolutions to actually be able to play it in the 3D mode. Nintendo, if you're listening to this podcast, and I'm sure you are, there are 13 people listening to this. I mean, not all 13 of them are probably not Nintendo. So anyway, Nintendo, since you're listening to this, you're welcome. You can use that idea, and I'm not even going to charge you for it. All right, so that's 3D Hot Rally. I should put that back. All right. Is there anything you guys wanted to see? I could try to dig some stuff out. If you don't have any preference, I'm just going to keep plopping stuff into the system. Nintendo here, he knows. Yes, of course. Headmaster. Okay, all right. I'll try to I'll dig out the Transformers Headmasters game. It's not very good. But let me put on something while we're waiting. Let's see. Castlevania 2 because of the music. It's an exercise in tedium. Okay. Put on some Castlevania 2. Just a second. Okay, some Castlevania 2. Here, we'll put that on while I try to find Transformers. Really? No music? Do I happen to have Otaki? Yes, I do. Just a second. I can get Otaki too. I'm not good at it, though. I warn you, I'm really bad at it. Oh, why did I put Otaki behind all the Atari games? That's dumb. Sorry, Atari games. You weren't bothering anybody. I'm just mean. Okay. Yeah, this is a great live stream. No sound. There we go. There's some music for you. Yeah, I've got the boxed Otaki. The big box version. Ah, there it is. Ugh, that's the problem. Okay. There you go. Let's see. Put those back. Okay. Here's Transformers: The Headmasters. Hold on. I'll turn it so you can see it better. There you go. So if you want to see it, I can pop it in. Hold on, now I want to go a little farther in this game. Okay. Let's see. It's more or less the same as the other Transformers. No, it's not. It's different. I could do it. Yeah, I mean, I could show. Have you guys seen the original Transformers game, Legend of Convoy? Who's Malin? I don't know. One of the previous owners of the game, I guess. Oh yeah, that's not an enemy. It's been a long time since I played Simon's Quest. You can see the cross here. They would have censored that stuff out of the U.S. releases because they couldn't show any religious imagery and stuff like that. Angry Video Game Nerd did the Transformers game. If you haven't seen it, I haven't seen his one of the Transformers game, but I've watched the Game Center CX version of the Transformers game, and I have it. If you want to see it, it's a very, very difficult, not particularly. Well, I mean, it's there's some fun to be had, but I mean, again, is it the game too difficult, or am I just bad? Anyway, guys, that's good music. Anyway, the cross is in the U.S. version, is it? Oh my goodness. Well, again, it's been years since I played Simon's Quest. I thought that was kind of against Nintendo of America's policies. That one that just kind of slipped through. Because I know they changed a lot of churches and things in different versions and removed crosses and things. Oh, really? It is. Oh, well, I stand corrected. I have not played the NES version in over 20 years. I think it's because it's a church. It's not offensive or anything. No, they would take out religious imagery, even if it was Christian imagery. At least at the time. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I get a copy of the first Transformers here. Just a moment. If I can find it very quickly, I'll put it in. It takes more than a minute. I'll play it some other time. But I'll show you Headmasters if you want to see it. There are some religious marks, but it was censored. Okay. Headmasters. Headmaster! Master! All right. Okay. Here's the disc art. I think I have a second copy of this game, but without the Obi. I might put that up for sale because I know there's a lot of Transformers fans who are kind of looking for this game. Here, let's look. I have not played this one since I tested it about 2 years ago. This is finally I got a copy of it. I had a copy. Well, there was a copy before at Famicom Dojo, and Sean bought it. Da, 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 da. Okay, we can listen to this for a little bit. That's enough. I do like chiptunes, though. I really do. Wait. That's very, very to the point. All right. Oh, should we delete one? Name entry. Yeah. Which one do we delete? I'm going to delete. So if you buy a game from my store, you might, if you can see if it's a game that I'm kind of like, that I wanted to play for a bit, because it'll say Vinnk on it, you know. If it's one that I've played a lot, I probably won't make it. Sometimes I'll make a save file just to see if it can make a save file, but yeah. All right, here we go. I'm always nervous after I haven't played a disc for a few years. I'm like, oh, will it still work? Will it still work? That's the real fear of Disk System, but it's also the thrill. All right, select star. Let's go there. Okay, wait. Yeah. For the larger games, there is a lot of waiting. Like near the end of. Oh, okay, here we go. So I mean, it looks a lot better than the first Transformers game. I mean, that's for sure. So this, so your A button is going to shoot up, your B button is going to shoot forward. Those cassettes. But really, other than going forward and going backwards, I can't do anything. Like I cannot jump. It does look a lot better than the first Transformers game, though, like significantly better. Or am I just remembering the other game wrongly? I like these cassette tapes. That's really cool. But because you can't, yeah, there's not really that much interactivity here. But luckily you have a fairly large fuel gauge. It's kind of more like timing your shots. Oh, I should have shot forward there. Can I jump? It feels strange that I wouldn't be able to. There must be a way to jump now that I see these. Oh, do I have auto fire on? No. Again, definitely looks better than the first one. And it's easier. I mean, I would definitely have been dead in the original game by now. Or does it just jump to me? No, it blows me up. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. Hello, guys. I'm a little late to the party. Better late than never. Take that cassette. Join the digital revolution. Oh, yes. But anyway, that's that. That is the Transformers Headmasters game. Again, I have most Disk System games. I mean, most of the common ones. Probably any of the ones you've heard of, I probably have. I'm missing some of the rarer games. But actually, most of the rarer games I'm missing are not particularly great games. They're just rare. Like, I do feel at this point that I have most of the games that I want to have. Now I'm just kind of collecting for completeness sake. Strangely enough, I thought I sold off my copies of Doki Doki Panic, Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic, because I thought I had a few copies, and now I've wound up with 0 copies. I did the same thing with the Kid Icarus. I recently got a copy of that again, but like I thought I had because I used to have like lots of copies of it. So now I'm being a lot more careful before I sell anything. I got to make sure I've got a double of it. None of those strip mahjong titles or whatever those were. Which one's this one? This is either a strip mahjong or a strip rock paper scissors. Now, as you can see, for these bootleg discs from Super Peg or Hacker International, they are weird, non-standard discs. Now, you see the grooves here? This is to replicate the disk copy protection. You see, these are just quick disks. These are the same disks that word processors took. I had an old, what was it? Smith Corona word processor that took disks that were this same size. But Nintendo, you know, when you look at these discs, look at this. This is actually kind of cool. Do you see the letters on this disc? Some of them are raised more than others. That was kind of a copy protection thing. So you couldn't just buy one of the word processor discs, which were about $1 each. You'd have to buy a Nintendo branded disc that would work in their machine. That's how they. So these discs have little notches at the places where it would match the Nintendo lettering. It's kind of cool. All right. Yeah, let's put it in. If it gets too naughty, I'll turn it off. But let's try it. All right. Morero something. Oh, it's already kind of naughty, to tell you the honest truth. All right. Set side B. The color is not coming through on this, but if it was, yeah, there. Now it's coming through better. It is a rock, paper, scissors. Okay, I'm gonna throw. Oh, I lost. As you can see, we've lost one amount of briefs here. Did I win? I didn't. Oh, yes, I won. Okay. Oh, I won again. Oh, okay. She is getting stripped right now. We're gonna probably have to stop this game pretty soon. Oh, I think we can go one more before. Don't worry, I'm bad at video games. There's really not a lot of strategy going on here. This is all dumb luck. Oh, she redresses. Oh, that's interesting. That's probably safer for us. So I can choose between rock, scissors, and paper by pressing up. There's almost no interactivity in this game. Okay, so if it's a tie, she also gets... She fills up the panty meter, which is not a phrase I thought I'd ever say. Oh, I'm doing very badly, which is good. I mean, when you really think about it. Uh-oh. Oh, I don't know if I want to press our luck doing one more. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's So anyway, that's a fairly non-interactive game, and the music that they're playing is the classic Yak Yuken. It's like da 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 da. Oh, yep. Rock paper scissors. But anyway, yeah, I bought that at Famicom Dojo. Not for not very much money actually, but yeah, pretty rare title. These weren't sold in a lot of stores. You had to order them, although I think used copies wound up on store shelves. But yeah, Hacker International. They made all kinds of ones, including a Famicom Disk System AV, which means adult video, basically soccer. Very strange. All right, so stop now while you can. Yes. Let me catch up on some of the comments. Now there's a video. I had no idea. Wow, strict junk impulse. Yes, this. Did this turn anyone on back in the 80s, or was it more of a joke? That is a good question. I mean, even in the 80s, there must have been cheaper, better alternatives. I don't know. It was pre-internet, so I don't know. Let's see. Now this is gameplay. It was a big thing back then, especially on PC 88 machines. Yes, very much so. I've only just realized you're referring to the WWE Pro Wrestler, not my thing. I was thinking about the actual person behind the game save. Stop Vinnk now while you can. Alex Kidd in the undressing world. Yes, wife walks in now. No, I've locked the door. See you in the Billboard Top 40 next week. Yes, not as exciting as Custer's Revenge. No. Is it just me, or did the music have Famicom Disk System extended sound? Maybe. I don't know. It was not very good music. So, okay, let's do a palate cleanser after that. Maybe a shooter, because I'm terrible at those. They had a Twin Bee game for the Famicom Disk System, and this is one I haven't tested yet, so no guarantee. Although the company, the place I got it from, said that they tested it, but I mean, usually, I mean, they probably did, but I bought this. Who knows? This one has the manual with it. I love these little manuals with the little pictures of your sick and healthy disk systems. And a lot of the manuals are full color too, which is really a nice feature, which you don't see much anymore. I just love that stuff. But anyway, this Twin Bee is really cool because it allowed 3 players. So 2 of them with the built-in controllers and 1 with the controller expansion port. So if you had an additional controller, you could do it. So even though it's called Twin Bee, it should be like Triplet B. But let's give it a go, and then I'll take some questions. You know, I know a lot about classic video games. That's why I can't. That's why I don't know anything about anything else, like in the world. Like I don't know much about pop music. I don't know about a lot of things because my brain is entirely cluttered up with useless factoids about old retro games. All right, so this is a pretty early disk system title from Konami, but I love how the planet's called Donburi 5. Donburi is like a gyudon or something like that. It's with like a bowl with rice and then like something on top of it. So I guess it looks like a rice bowl. I don't know. So we've got Twin Bee, Win Bee, and Gwyn Bee. Good to know. And see, we've got 3 different score things here because, yeah, it allowed up to 3 players. It's going to make me put in the other side now, though. That's my excuse. I wonder what's your opinion on oh, I don't have to put in the. Hold on, am I playing? I am not playing. Okay, that was the demo. I was like, wow, I wasn't dying. Okay, just a second. I wonder what's your opinion on Super Potato stores. They're way too expensive. I do not care for Super Potato. Here, let's go on a tangent while it's loading. Super Potato used to be pretty cool when I first the first time I was in Tokyo. I went to one and I thought it was very neat because they had so many things, and that was back before everybody knew about Super Potato. So it was a lot more. It was cheaper. It was a lot cheaper. And the selection was a lot better. But now every tourist goes to Super Potato, and they've bought up anything worth buying. And I mean, there's still things worth buying, but they've been jacked up in price so very much. There's better stores in Akihabara. There's much better stores in the suburbs of Akihabara. I recommend going to Super Potato to see, and there's a quite nice arcade there. But I don't know. I went during Tokyo. The last time I went was during Tokyo Game Show in 2010, maybe. And I went there, and there were so many foreigners there. I mean, again, it was during Tokyo Game Show, so everybody wanted to go and see it. Hold on, let's play some Twin Bee. I'll get back to my story. Oh. Okay, well, it's loading. There were tons of foreigners there, all looking around, and I don't know what happened, but the store just smelled of human feces, and I cannot explain what may have happened. Maybe something with the bathroom, like there was like septic backup or something, but I was just like, I was almost gagging. It just smelled bad, and I still don't know why. I mean, I don't think it's like a common thing, because it didn't smell bad the other times I had gone or anything like that. Anyway, Twin Bee. How is that for an aside? Oh dear, I am dead. But anyway, you can play this with 3 players, which is kind of impressive onto itself. Twin Bee is often called one of the first cute-em-ups because it is adorable. Fantasy Zone is up there as well as one of the, just beautiful-looking shooting games. Oh yeah, I've got the turbo. Let me just turn it on. Well, that was dumb. Yeah, just they really kind of, it's strange because like Parodius was supposed to be like a combination of Twin Bee and Gradius as a parody of both of them, but Parodius got a lot more entries than Twin Bee got. Really, they just kind of stopped making them, which is too bad because it's a fun, colorful, nice game. This particular Twin Bee game, Moero Twin Bee something cinnamon. Sorry, I'm not going to look at it right now, but was popular on the Disk System, very popular. So much so that it was one of the few Disk System games that got released as a cartridge later on. The others being Zelda, Castlevania 1, the baby one. What's it? Oopa Oopa, something like that. But even like classic games that we think of, like Metroid, Kid Icarus, things like that, those never got cartridge releases. They were locked to the Disk System format. But yeah, a few games did manage to get re-releases kind of late in the life of the Famicom, and this is one of those. So even if you don't have a Disk System, you can get this game, but really it's a lot more expensive on cartridge. A lot of the Disk System re-releases were more expensive on cartridge, like significantly so. Bells and Whistles equals Twin Bee in America. Wasn't Twin Bee also known as Stinger? or was that, I don't know what region it was, but somewhere it was released as Stinger. All right, let's see. Wow, I'm doing great. Oh, it's a demo. Super Potato overprices stuff foreigners usually want, but you can find deals. Yeah, I mean there's definitely deals to be had, but like I find that stuff in the places in the smaller shops are better. But like Super Potato's just gone the way of all these shops. Hard Offs, Book Offs, Wampaku, all of the places that used to sell games really, really cheap have just get. I think it's just they've got less inventory coming in because people are still selling things online, like me. I know I'm part of the problem, but yeah, prices have gone up a lot. Sounds lovely. WTF Super Potato, why you so potato? Okay, I gotta go hang up laundry. Peace out, all. Oh, thanks for stopping by. I went to find, I so want to find a Bells and Whistles PCB. I don't know about the English ones, but if you're looking for PCBs, let me know. I actually have a place now. Stinger was on the NES in America. That's it. I almost got my hands on it. Supply down, demand up, prices rise. Yeah, exactly. It's just the law of supply and demand, and it's not just Japan. Obviously, I was at a used game store in the States fairly recently, and I couldn't believe how expensive things had become. Just baffling, baffling. Like copies of Super Mario Brothers 3, like that should be like the most common game in the. It's easily one of the most common games on the NES. It's like 25, $30. Crazy. Appreciate your tweet about Final Fantasy X, 10-2 remaster on the Switch. It helped to make a decision if I should buy it or not. Both games are on cartridge, so you can't go wrong. So did you pick it up? It's really nice. Yeah, it's a 32 gig cartridge, one of the very few games on that. Yeah, I'd recommend that. My local retro shop had a copy. Famicom the Vulpix. My local retro shop had a copy of Stinger. Was so tempted to get it. Yes. Yeah, I never actually saw one of the cartridges of Stinger. But yeah, that's what the first. I believe it was the first Twin Bee game came out there. The hype distorts the supply and demand laws of it. Yep. That's nuts. Super Mario Brothers sold the most copies in North America alone. Yep. Yeah. I mean, probably there's more copies of the original Super Mario there just because it was a pack-in. But yeah. As a standalone game, it's the best-selling game. If I see it when I go back, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Yeah. Hype is the reason Earthbound is kind of common game. Yeah. It was super successful in North America. Yeah, I don't think I have a copy of Super Mario Brothers 3. I mean, like I've got lots of the Famicom copy, which is pretty much exactly the same. But I do not think I currently have an NES copy of Mario 3 because it was too expensive when I went back, which is ridiculous, just ridiculous. Yeah, I've got a standalone Mario as well, but yeah, just absolutely crazy. Let's see. Colin, did you buy my Super Mario USA recently? Sorry. I bought it at a flea market. I paid $6 for my Super Mario 3. Yeah, and like I used to remember seeing that game for $2 easily. And the pack-in Super Mario Brothers you could get for 25 cents at Funko Land. I still remember that. I was like, who doesn't have that? Who would even buy that? And now it goes for quite a bit more. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Let me grab something real quick. So, Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic was re-released in America as Super Mario Brothers USA. So I guess you could count Doki Doki Panic as one of the games that also got a cartridge release. Although this isn't Doki Doki Panic, it's the Super Mario Brothers, modification of it. So I love that it's pink. I love that it says USA, even though It was not made in the USA, and we didn't call it Super Mario Brothers USA. It's very cool. It's very cool. Did they make a cartridge of Street Fighter 1 in Japan? No, they did not. There's a game called like Street Fighter 2020 or something, but it's a standalone game. It's not a port of the arcade. It's hard to believe that 2008 was 11 years ago. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, it makes me feel old when I even think about that kind of stuff. Just yeah. But it's okay because we are all young and we are healthy, we are wonderful people, and we shouldn't think about how much time has passed, but the amazing memories we've had along the way. Well, they did that because what we got as Super Mario Brothers 2. Yep, so it makes sense that if they're going to release it in Japan, to name it that. Yeah, and probably by this time, because this is a late cartridge. This is 1992. So this is so Doki Doki Panic came out in '88, I think. So no, I think maybe even earlier. It was one of the early titles for Disk System, maybe 86, 87. I'd have to look it up, but they probably lost their license to the characters because it was licensed characters that they were using, and that's why they've never had a re-release of it on the Virtual Console or anything like that. Despite it is a slightly different game than Super Mario Brothers 2. Didn't we get Super Mario Brothers 2 in '92? No. You got it much earlier. I think it was the Christmas of '88. It was a very anticipated title because I mean Super Mario 3 was featured in The Wizard, and that was a 1990 or 91 movie. So yeah, so this was one of the last big releases for the Famicom, because by this time the Super Famicom was already out. Oh, and the television commercial for this was awesome. Hold on, I'll link you guys up. Amazing. It's an amazing television ad. I mean, you can watch it right now if you want. You can watch it later if you'd like, whichever. Hey, Fabian, how are you doing? I want to play this now. Again, I really do. I mean, maybe it's because I grew up in the States, obviously, but I find that this is the superior game to the Disk System Super Mario Brothers 2. I'm pressing start. What just happened? Okay. Of course I'm going to be Luigi. Now, one thing it doesn't have is I do not believe it has any saves, whereas the Famicom Disk System version allowed you to save your progress. It's kind of a weird game when you think about it. Oh yeah, I forgot about Luigi's floaty mechanic. There used to be a play choice machine at this Bible camp my parents would take us to. And the first time I ever saw anybody beat Super Mario Brothers 2 was there, because some people would like ditch the classes and just stay and play Mario 2 all the time. They also had Konami Super Basketball, and they had Track and Field. You know, the Konami Track and Field. The Play Choice machine had this game and baseball, and I don't remember what else. I mean, this is another game I need to get for my NES collection that I do not have, which again is a very common game, which is going for way more than it should sell for. But I mean, I guess everyone who has a collection wants to have this game. Now, do you see they fixed the waterfall? If you look on Doki Doki Panic, the waterfall was animated very, very quickly, almost like a epileptic seizure level of fast. So they really have used entirely the American version of the game for this. Okay, that's enough of that for now. Love that game. Love that game. Okay, let's see. That was an odd commercial. Okay. Hey, Vinnk, the date on the end of the commercial, was that the release date? Probably, yeah. Sorry, I'm not watching the commercial right now, but yeah, they usually do things like that. Japan Super Mario Brothers 2 is tough as nails. Yes. Do you own a Super Cassette version? Super Cassette version. Sorry, I read it as version. Not right now. I don't. I had one previously. I'm looking to get one again. I have several games for Super Cassette Vision. I've got some boxed ones in the back. Just a moment. These are boxed Cassette Vision games. I'm going to show you those real quick. And the Dragon Ball game for Super Cassette Vision. That's an expensive one. That's an expensive one these days. Super Cassette Vision is something that I had and I sold off and I regret. I mean, Super Cassette Vision, as described to me by Hiro at Famicom Dojo, was an also-ran system. You know what I mean? Like, it was not as technologically advanced as the Famicom, but like the Famicom was in short supply at the time. So Famicom Dojo was selling Super Cassette Vision because they couldn't get any stock of the Famicom. And they needed something to have on the shelf, so they would sell Super Cassette Vision. And people were buying it because during those first couple of years of the Famicom, they were so hard to get that people were just buying something like that because they wanted to get a video game under the tree or whatever. Well, they don't put presents under the tree in Japan. They put them by the kid's pillow, but same thing. Yeah, so the Super Cassette Vision could run when the Famicom was first out because it was, as the alternative if you couldn't get a Famicom. At least that's how Hiro explained it to me. But they had a toy store at the time. So, all right. To be honest, I fear that most of the Famicom disk systems are rotting due to corrosion. No, I mean the rubber bands on these things die, but they're replaceable. And the games themselves, the discs, they will eventually. I mean, they're magnetic media; they will eventually go away. But I'm guessing these things. A lot of them are gonna outlast. I mean, I'd say they get another 20 years on them. I mean, some of these games are already, 30 years old, older than that, 30, 32, 33. And I do not often come across games that do not work. I have a lot of disk system games, and I'd say less than 5% of them do not work. And usually it's due to poor care of the discs. Ones that come in really nice cases that I've paid some money for, they almost always work. And if they don't, there are ways to rewrite disks. So I don't know. I might be wrong on that, but like all magnetic media is a ticking time bomb. But I've still got audio cassettes and things. Okay, hold on, I'll show you something that still works. That's kind of cool. That I'll show in a video later. Oh, dang it. It's way up there. Here, you can see my butt for a little while. Do you know what this is? Is anyone familiar with this? No matter what you do, you will have to rewrite eventually. Yeah, maybe. But as I said, I've got like 300 disk system games, and almost all of them work. And again, they will all stop working eventually. But yeah. Haha! Nice guess. Nice guess. Sharp X1 5 and a fourth inch floppy. You're close. You're close. It's a cassette. It is an X1 cassette. There was an X1 later on that did have a disk drive, but this is, and it was made by, as you can read on the label, Hudson Soft. And as of right now, this cassette still works. I've got, at least I can hear data from it. I'm going to do a video coming up pretty soon. I have an X1 system, but I need to get a new cable for it. And it's just the cable's kind of rotted away. But I have an X1 system that with a tape drive, and I'm going to do a video on this eventually. Maybe when summer vacation rolls around, I'll have some more time to devote, because I don't want to just do a cruddy, on the go video. I want to devote something a little bit more to it, because this is kind of a rarer thing. So, yep. I put that one up high so the kids don't get at it. All right. Let me ask. I'll answer some questions on. Then we'll get to some more disk system games. Let's put this one away because this is Twin B is tested as working. I will probably list that one tomorrow. Okay. Japanese Super Mario Brothers 2, known as Lost Levels Everywhere. Could you maybe break your console with a hammer, and could make you break your console with a hammer? Oh yeah, it's a hard game, A cool thing about tape drives is they just listen for any audio, so you can play a backed up MP3 from PC. Yes, that was the first thing I did when I got this thing. Was I made an MP3 of it in case it dies, That's why I love using flash carts, since cartridges are more durable than floppy disks. Yeah. I mean, they are. I don't know. I like having the original things. I don't know. I'm weird. Bad part is they load in real time. Yeah. Super Mario Brothers Special for NEC PC-88 was even worse and could make you kill yourself. That's what I've heard. I haven't played it yet. It had some pretty unexpected twists and turns when compared to Super Mario Brothers. Quite challenging. Yeah. Didn't it just go like one screen at a time too? Like it didn't like smoothly scroll. Maybe I'm thinking of a different game. All right. Let's play something else. Zelda. What have I got here? I haven't played this one yet. Samurai Sword. It's just called Samurai Sword. I have not played this. I'm gonna give it a try. I don't even know what type of game it is. Hoping for action. Samurai Sword. Let's hope it works. Oh, switch to disk. Ooh. Okay, continue or start. Anything with a lot of saves means it might not be. My name is That's good. Come on, action game. Come on, action game. No. Boo. Action. I'm so lame. You know, one of my favorite genres is actually RPGs. And adventure games. I love them. I love them. It's not like I'm looking for, because I'm bad at action games. But like when I'm playing import games, I'll prefer to get the action ones, and RPGs and stuff I'd rather play in English. Looks to be an adventure game. Come on, you're gonna call your game Samurai Sword, and then it's just gonna be a text game. Ooh. Now notice how the text here doesn't have any kanji in it. That's because the resolution wasn't really high enough to give off really good kanji, which makes these old retro games actually good if you are learning Japanese, because you can kind of sound your way through. The music's good. Okay, I was referring. You're going to do an episode on. When are you going to do an episode on the Sony PlayStation? I might do a live stream on it tomorrow, but a Famicom Dojo episode, I don't know. We've got to get through 16-bit first. It's probably actually. So it's just one of those games, kind of like Maison Ikoku or things like that, where Midu is to look. So what am I going to look at? I can look at the tree. I can look at I could look at that person. I could look at G. Yeah. But I don't want to play this right now. But or ever. I mean, like a game like this, like I can probably because of the simpler alphabet system in it, I can probably figure my way through a game like this. A game that uses katakana without kanji is perhaps my level. Maybe. I mean, there's still probably a few words that I would need to look up. I could play a game like this, but I wouldn't enjoy playing a game like this. I'd rather play like an English translation of a game like that. And all right, let's see. Okay. Oh, wow. The stream's been going for an hour and a half already. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. What time is it for everyone over there? By over there, I mean wherever you currently are. Whilst I choose my next game. Gunfighter. Jellicle. All right. Let's see. In Belgrade. Okay. Japan time +1. Okay. Wow. Everybody's from all over the place. That's great. All right. Tube Wings about 9 a.m. Oh, well, thanks for getting up to watch this. I appreciate that. So Gunfighter again, blue disc. Was it originally on a blue disc though? You see, just because something's on a blue disc doesn't necessarily mean it used the fax system, or it doesn't even mean that it necessarily was released on a blue disc originally. Super Mario Brothers 2 is not a blue disc game, but I've seen it on blue discs because if you bought a blue disc game, you could always overwrite it with whatever you wanted. I'd have to look up to see if this was one of the blue disc games, but I've seen a Zelda blue disc. Someone probably bought one of the golf games, enjoyed it for a little while, and then was like, I'd rather play Zelda, and wrote over both sides of it with Zelda. So You can occasionally find Zelda on a blue disc, which is a lot rarer. Okay, let's play Gunfighter. It's like Kinder Surprise eggs of video games, minus the choking hazard. I choke on these. All right, Gunfighter. I do not think I've played this game. Has anyone played this game? Has this one come out in? I've never played this. Has this game come out in the West as anything else? A Western game. It feels like it would get a to Western release. Okay. Okay, I have a limited number of bullets. Okay. Ooh, I'm picking up bottles of whiskey. I like this. Oh, this is cool. I wonder how I get more bullets. Just gonna drink my whiskeys. There we go. Whiskey gives me life, like real life. Can I go to the bar? Oh, those are spikes. Okay, this guy must be selling me stuff. Does it say poo here? Okay. 10 bottles. Okay. It's really quite a fast-moving game, actually. Okay, there's bullets. Okay. Okay, some of these you just can step right through. Oh no! Oh yeah, that's spikes. Okay. I have a really bad short-term memory. Okay. Just gonna run through this. These guys require a lot of bullets to die. Okay. What's all the spikes doing in the Old West? Why is it moving so fast? This is kind of like Donkey Kong. We turned into a bag of money. Those are spikes too on the crates? Oh, this is hard. Put inside A to tell me how bad I was? I mean, why would I have to put? Can't I just continue on side B? What does it got to load? Yeah, sometimes how they split the data up is kind of weird. Yeah, thanks. So I could see the title screen. Thanks. Oh, whatever. Big challenge. Gunfighter. I don't know. It's kind of cool. All right. All right. Let's see. What are we doing here? It does not say poo. Thank you. Audio cassettes. Yeah, I Cheese Meister. Cheese is the one who actually helped me acquire the Super Mario Brothers special. And as I was mentioning before, I need to get another cable for the X1, but I hope to do a video on that game real soon. The Russian Spectrum demo scene is really impressive, and it's still alive and well. Oh, that's cool. I've got a Russian coworker, and we were talking about the Dendy the other day. That was kind of cool. She's a bit too young to have known to have like played it in the heyday, but she was talking about that. Famicom Disk System games are basically Laserdisc games. In what way? Oh, switching sides all the time? Yeah. I can see that. I've got a lot of these disk system labels that came with like Famitsu that you could like cut out. Original disc label, and this one someone was using for exciting. For they had written exciting soccer on it, which is great because the art is baseball, but whatever. They're kind of neat. I see them. I find those a lot. Okay, so that was Gunfighter, which was in a case that looks like baseball that is labeled Exciting Soccer. So, yeah, Kinder Surprise of video games. You're right. Here's a not so fun fact. There are lost prototypes for the 64DD slowly demagnetizing like Mother and Zelda. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Just how small is your game room, Vinnk? Very. It's about... My arms can touch both walls this way, and I could like lie down this way, and there'd be a little bit of extra room. It's quite small. It is a closet. It is basically a closet. In Nintendo's defense, about the time the disk system came out, that's what floppies were like. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, what do you guys want to see? What confuses me is that the laser discs are analog and not digital. The sound is digital, but yeah, the picture is analog. Playing video games off audio tapes was massive in Europe. Yes, yes. Some radio stations in Yugoslavia used to air software for the listeners to record and then feed them into. That is really cool. That is really cool. DD really flopped. What did you expect? One would imagine the 64 DD prototypes would be properly archived. Yeah, one would imagine that, but it's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell if they. I mean, I think Nintendo takes pretty good care of their heritage, though. Unlike a lot of Sega lost source code for everything. Like they're just like, oh, okay, that game's done. Let's throw it away. But hopefully, there exists a lot of those things archived somewhere. But you never know. I mean, prototypes have been found in the weirdest of places, so. It's hard to know. I mean, where was the Nintendo PlayStation found? It was like some kid found it because his dad got it from something. I don't even remember the story there. Nothing is permanent. Everything ethereal. We will all die just like our software. Thank you, Trey. That's a heartwarming statement to come in with. Trey Dorn, ladies and gentlemen, of the Nerd and Tie podcast, has come in to give me an existential crisis before bed. A few prototypes have been found and dumped, like Super Mario 64 DD. Good news, Luigi Blood dumped the data from 64 DD games and made an emulator for it. Trey Dorn Productions, I am very cheerful. Well, that's good. That's good. You just spread gloom to other people. I see. Well, being cheerful yourself. I get it. I get it. Let's play a game. Let's play a game. Let's see what we got here. Oh, how about Versus Excitebike? That's another game that like really got a cooler disk system version, like the Transformers game. Dendy was a thing in the early 90s. Wow. All right, so here is Versus Excitebike. This is one of the games that I almost never see an OB for. I know it wasn't a disc writer exclusive. I know that, but like it seems like a lot of people got it that way. So there, a lot of them. I very rarely see it that actually has the case for the Obi. I bought that for 100 yen. That's nice. Probably at a hard off, right? The hard offs by my house are terrible these days. On the bright side, fans are finding prototypes of Resident Evil 2. Yes. The ultimate semi-legit Famicom. Yes. All right. Anyway, let's try Versus Excitebike. Book off. Yeah. Book offs are good. Versus Excitebike. Marvel versus Excitebike. I'd play that. So we've got original Excite. Oh man, I like the phrase original Excite. Versus Excite and versus Edit. Okay, well let's try the original Excite first. original Excite. All right, beginner. So it's basically Excite Bike, but as you notice, there's background music now. And I think this one is on the Switch Online service now. Am I correct about that? That this one is. But yeah, it's just Excite Bike. Little bit nicer looking and sounding. Can I quit out of that? Retire. And there's some actual animations rather than just the person jumping. Yeah, it's nice. It's on the Switch Online now. Oh, great. Good thing about Excite. All right. What's my favorite Famicom Disk System game? I like to say it's Otaki, but I'm really bad at it. But I quite like it. I don't know. That's a good question. There's a lot of very interesting ones. Puyo Puyo is fun. I don't know. That Versus Excite Bike was the arcade version of the original Excite Bike. Well, yeah, the Versus series was the arcade series. Never. So let's try the Versus Excite. I don't like that I got to go back to the menu to choose the different modes. I think that causes unnecessary wear and tear. They should have just put each of the modes on a different side of the disc. Maybe they couldn't for space. Which do you play? Battles or free? Battle. Let's do battle. How many rounds match? Yeah. Go! But yeah, now you have an actual two-player mode. Oh. Oh yeah. When I put it on two-player mode, versus, obviously, I'm not playing against a CPU player. I'm playing against, well, nobody right now. But yeah, I've always enjoyed Excite Bike, probably because it was one of the easiest games out there when I was a kid. But this is, I mean, if you're going to play Excite Bike, this is probably the version to get. Sorry, non-moving second player. But yeah, much better. Is that supposed to be Mario? I don't know. Maybe not. That person has head injuries. There's some crying going on. It's always better with crying. Yeah. Puyo Puyo, yeah. I like the idea of Otaki better than Otaki. Yeah. It's kind of like, I mean, it's by the same guy who did Electroplankton, and that's another game that I like. I really like the idea of more than, a game that I'm going to sit down for a long time and play. But I don't know. I think Otaki is so interesting. It's definitely not one of the ones I've played the most on the Disk System game, but it's when people ask me what my favorite or what's a hidden gem on the system, that's usually one of the things I'll say. My son loves Excite Bike. I never thought to play this version with him until now. My kids love Excite Bike just because it is kind of easy, because you can play it strategically, or you can just hold the A button and try to and even if you crash, you still usually do fairly well in a race. My youngest daughter, she loves this game. Well, not my youngest. My youngest daughter is 7 months old. She does not play video games yet, but this is a game that my 3-year-old son can play and my 6-year-old daughter can play. What games do I recommend for starting a Disk System collection? Well, I mean, it depends what kind of a thing you want. If you want to have like a nice collection of games that are considered good, I mean, you're going to want to pick up your Zeldas, your Marios, your Kid Icarus, and things like that, your Castlevanias. Some of those are going to be a little bit pricier, but if you want a collection of games that were not released outside of the outside of Japan, then you're gonna want to get the that remake of Mario Brothers. What was it called? Something. It had advertisements and it was really weird. Um, you're gonna want to get your Versus Excite Bike. You're gonna want to get Falcon. You're gonna want to get Otaki. You're gonna want to get some of the games that weren't released. Um, outside, basically kind of look at what type of games you like, and just pick up those. Famicom Disk System is not a super expensive system to collect for, but it's not a super cheap system to collect for either. And you need to know, you need to be able to trust your sellers. I've picked up a lot of games off auctions and things where I pick up a lot of games, and a lot meaning a group of games, and many of them don't work or have the wrong thing on them. So and that's fine because I picked them up cheap, and that's no problem. That's the risk you take. But if you're buying them game by game, make sure that the seller you've talked to has tested them to make sure the correct thing is on the game, to make sure it works, to make sure it can create a save. You're gonna just want to know all those things. By the way, in Japan, you can buy airsoft guns based on Resident Evil weapons. Okay, that's cool. Just had the police come to the hotel, domestic violence incident. Oh my goodness. Everything okay? I mean, I guess not if the police were there, but hope you're doing good. Kaete Kita Mario Brothers. That was it. That's it. Yes. Oh my, I hope everything gets sorted out. Yeah, all good. The title screens and some final parts of games are usually put on one side of the disc, yep, and the rest on the infamous side B. Zelda had the intro, save, access screen, and the final palace on side A. Yeah, and some games are really bad about it too. They make you switch constantly to get to different things, and some are really good. Some of them, the first part of the game will even be on side A until you beat a couple levels. So then you switch to side B. Cheese beat me to it. Yes. Drunken tool being a drunken tool. Vinnk, do you like ROM hacks? Yes and no. I love it when people do fan translations of games. Cheesemeister is here right now. Has done a couple. If you'd like to link us to your fan translations, that would be awesome. I think I do. And I know people have done amazing things with basically doing Super Mario Maker before Super Mario Maker was a thing, just hacking into games and doing things like that. I think that's very cool. But I'm not into the scene much myself. I play occasional fan translations, and I've played a few interesting ROM hacks over the years, but I'm not into it enough to have a very strong opinion on it. I'm impressed by people who can do stuff like that. All right. Okay. All right. Let's try something else. Which do you like more, Famicom Disk System Mario 2 or Lost Levels on SNES? I'm controversial opinion right now, but I don't care for the Super Mario All Stars. I'm not a fan. I feel like I don't know. Maybe I like the original retro style better. How they I've run into many people who like the Super Mario All Stars versions better. But I always thought they had less charm, and I felt that the jumps felt different. Oh my gosh. 8 people just left my channel since I've said I didn't care for Super Mario All Stars. I take it back. I'm sorry. It's the best versions of the games. Please come back. Oh, sorry. Did I? Hold on. Sorry, I accidentally hid your link. Can you type that in again, Cheesemeister? I'm sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. I personally prefer the original versions of Super Mario Brothers. Okay, let me show that. There we go. All right. I personally prefer the original versions of Super Mario Brothers too, because the collection changed block collisions. Maybe I don't know. They just always felt kind of odd to me. I like the original games way better. I had to reopen the stream. It glitched on me. Oh, I was upset. The Wii port of All Stars. Yes, me too. They did tweak the mechanics a bit, and I mean, it's as I said, a lot of people liked it better. And if you know, I'm never gonna say I don't like this thing, so you shouldn't like it either. I hate it when people do that to me. So like, people like what they like, and you should if you enjoy it, that's great. But for me, I personally prefer the classics. Maybe I'm a hipster. Oh wow! Someone is selling a complete inbox copy of All Night Nippon Super Mario Brothers for almost $1,300 on eBay. I saw it for 200 once. I should have bought it. It was in Tokyo actually. Can't be that expensive. It seems a little high for it, but who knows? Game inflation has been going nuts, so that might be the going rate these days. In the original, you lose momentum after breaking blocks. All Stars, you keep going. I don't know how I feel about that. Personally, for the original, they seem to be more finished than All Stars. Yeah, I wouldn't pay $1,300 for All Night Nippon Super Mario Brothers. It's okay. I like it. It's fun. I'll show it in the stream next time if you guys want to see it. But it's upstairs right now, and I don't want to wake the kids. So, and if you're going through them, it seemed a bit odd to me. Yeah, kind of weird. But anyway, oh, people came back. It's probably because I took a more nuanced tone on Super Mario All Stars. Little Samson, on the other hand, I can see the prices for that. You know, I still haven't played it. I know that it has a really, really great reputation. I should give it a try one of these days, but it ruined my muscle memory. Best Monster Hunter game. 3 portable, maybe. I don't know. I never really played any of them to a really large extent, but I think that's the one I played quite a bit on the PSP. But I never played any of them a lot, but like that's a fan favorite, so I'm gonna go with that one. I didn't play Monster Hunter World. I might someday, but I don't know. I'm not big into the Monster Hunter series. Vinnk, my favorite type of hack is saving hacks that allow you to save your Famicom games. That's a good hack. Quality of life hacks are nice. I think that's a nice type of hack. Yeah, I own 2 Taito games on the NES, Little Samson and Kiwi Craze, New Zealand Story. I think I have a copy of New Zealand Story. I mean, not that version, but never mind. I have a PC Engine one just kind of floating around here. I quite like it. I quite like it. It's a fun game. New Zealand Story. Yeah, there's a copy floating around somewhere. All right. Is there anything else anybody wants to see? I should probably I'm going to try to stream again in the morning. Again, I'm just kind of doing experiments to see what time people are available for these streams. I don't know how long my stream tomorrow is going to go because it's definitely going to be shorter because my kids are home and my wife's got to watch 4 of them alone when they're not sleeping. So I don't want to take too long, but I kind of want to see, I'm just trying out some different times for different streams. The prices have been rising. Typically, for example, in Canada, most retro game stores have been selling Smash Brothers 64 used for $76 Canadian. Now it's going for $100 Canadian. Smash Brothers is not a rare game. What is going on? Did you have Nintendo World Championships in Japan? No, we didn't. But there were lots of caravan shooting events, like shooting games like Hector 87 or Superstar Soldier. They had special versions of it that were just like time, score, attack type of things, and they'd go around, they'd tour around and do things like that. But no, we didn't have Nintendo World Championships. We didn't have our equivalent of the movie The Wizard either. I don't think so. But there was a comic called Famicom Rocky, where there was a kid who was really good at Famicom, and he'd train against other kids. And it was called Rocky because Rocky, the movie, was really popular at the time, and it showed like training montages for him getting ready to play his Famicom games. Not a good manga, really, but entertaining. What would you do if you had a Nintendo World Championships cart? I would sell it. and have the money to maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. I've got some valuable things now that I don't sell, even though I probably should. I don't know. I think I'd sell it though. Like Nestor from Nintendo Power. What's your opinion on Natsume games on Famicom, like Final Mission, Scat Kage, Shadows of the Ninja, and others? Pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've played them enough to have a strong opinion. But the ones I've played, I've liked. They're not. I don't know. Sorry, I should have a better opinion on that, but I don't right now. Sorry. I like games that have lights on them, like the old IROM titles, like Zippy Race. I like games that have LED lights on them. That is not the question you asked me, but that is the question I decided to answer. You haven't aged, Vinnk. Thank you. I think I definitely have less hair than in the early Famicom Dojo videos, but yeah, I don't think I look dramatically different. What are your students' opinions on retro gaming? It's changed recently. This Nintendo Switch Online service has actually introduced a lot of them to some retro games. Which is very interesting because I never heard my students talk about retro games at all previously. It's like that. So I'd say, I mean, they definitely see them more as historical artifacts than they do of like they're going to stop playing their new games in order to play them. But I think the Nintendo Switch Online is doing a good job of bringing up that history. I asked because I've seen a 14-year-old in Akiba buying a Famicom. Yeah, and there are definitely some people. There's one girl who I teach. She's a 5th grader, and she says she plays Famicom and Super Famicom. And I said, "Do you play Nintendo Switch and stuff like that?" And she said, "No, just the old stuff." And I'm like, "Right on, right on." I wish Nintendo would come to PC so everyone can enjoy. Well, depending on who you ask, Nintendo's been on PC since the 90s. But yeah, I know what you mean. Let's see. I wish Nintendo would come to... Yeah, oh, sorry, I just read that. All right. So anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up right now. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. And I'm going to be back on, I don't know, I'm going to sleep for a little while, and then I'm going to come back on. So if you want to join me for that, please subscribe to my channel. That's the first thing you should probably do, and hit the reminder bell, and then you'll know when I'm back on. And let's see how many people are interested there. In the meantime, while you're waiting to come on, I have to do my little commercial right now. If you like what I'm doing and you'd like to support me in any way, I do not have any way for people to send tips through this, but this is my little shop. If you buy something from there, you support me and you get a game. That's pretty good. That's better than a pledge drive, I suppose. But yeah, if you can, thank you so much. I'm not sure what I'm going to stream in the second stream. If you have any ideas, leave a comment in the end of this stream. Give me a like if you liked it. If you didn't, please tell me what you'd like me to do to make it something that you would like. And thank you. Dreamcast again? We could do Dreamcast again. I would kind of like to show Anarchy in the Nippon on Sega Saturn, because I got another copy of that in recently, which is kind of a neat little game. So I was thinking of doing maybe Saturn. Just a second. This one, which I think is one of the hidden gems on the Saturn, which is not that expensive, but yeah, maybe I'll do Saturn later. Stream the games that I ordered. I did. I streamed this just a little bit ago. No need for your opinion. True. What's that one called? The Saturn game? It's called Goiken Mukyo Anarchy in the Nippon. Yep. It's pretty neat. If you go on my site, just search for Anarchy. Wow, that's a cool thing that you can search for Anarchy on my site and get results. If you search for it, there's a really cool video linked that shows that one of the fighters is an old man who fights primarily with a concho style, which means he is mainly poking people in the butt. That's his fighting style. And there's a video posted of him doing a clear for the game, of poking every character in the butt as we go along. All right. All right. But anyway, yeah, I'll stream that later. I've got some other Saturn games that we didn't get around to last time. And thank you everyone for joining me today. And I will be back. Oh, you just. Oh, David, you got here just as I was leaving. Sorry about that. Thanks for joining, and I'll be back in a few hours. I'm just gonna get some sleep and get stuff settled. Again, hit the reminder bell thing, and you'll know when the stream starts. And if you are not in the Discord, I also announce all my streams there. Let me throw an invite there right now, and there's the Discord if you want to join that. Yeah, smash that bell or squash that subscribe. Whatever it is. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.